This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Blak Magus, and just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Division. I did my impressions video. Check that out. See what I think. Just in short, I liked it, but there were some things I had issue with, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Basically things that I think could be done. I guess I can't, maybe better, at least from my point of view, or things that I feel like they could add to the Division to kind of make it stand out more. Now, again, as I said in my video, I liked it, but I did feel like the beta wasn't as fleshed out as I was hoping. Of course, I do realize it's a beta. It was more about testing the game, finding bugs, fixing things, correcting things, getting feedback. That being said, I do feel like they held a lot back from the game. And there was a hollowness to the beta that probably has given it a very bad impression to some of the people who were high on it, like I said. That being said, it's still a lot there. There's still definitely a lot to the game. And if you're down with the RPG elements, then you should enjoy it. But I do think that moving forward, there's some things that really need to be addressed. Not even going to talk about the bugs. We all know the bugs, the things like that must be addressed, and they have to fix them in order to make gameplay enjoyable for those who are looking forward to this game. Thing that I'm talking about is stuff like what I would like to see in the game is a more fleshed out world. That's the biggest thing. And I said this in my other video. I just felt like the hub world, the PvE area, just didn't have much life to it. Sure, you had the NPC citizens walking around saying things. Occasionally you could walk up to somebody and give them some much needed items like water, med packs, things like that. But even that was kind of random. And even though I'm discussing this, I will say this: I do feel like that was possibly something that they did purposely with the beta to like hold back some of the life from the world. At the same time, I'm very concerned that you're going to have a lot of empty space in such a big game world. You can tell from the beta that this is going to be huge. I know a lot of people kind of were taken back when they said that it's only in Manhattan. It's set in New York, but only in a certain part of Manhattan. People were like, "Oh my God, how could they do that?" Well, it's a big area of Manhattan. Lots to do. I mean, the beta was big, and you barely got to see much of the game world, I think. So I think you're going to get a really huge world, but there wasn't much going on in it. You had rare encounters, in the game. You, again, like I said, there wasn't that much interaction with the NPCs because they didn't have a lot around. And I didn't notice like just random players running around a la Destiny. I think that's something that they need to have to add to it. So like if you want to run into somebody, you see them, you can check out their gear, see what they're doing. I don't think they should contain interaction with other players to parties or to uh, you know, the dark zone. Now, maybe I missed something because, looking at my footage, I don't recall outside of, being in base areas, running into people. I don't recall seeing many people just running around. And it could be that there may not been that many people on the servers, and if I'm wrong, please tell me. Because I just don't recall seeing a lot of people just randomly running around the game, while I'm heading to a mission. You know what I mean? Or like I'm in the middle of a mission. It's like nobody, like an encounter per se, and I just see a random person run up on the encounter. You know what I mean? It was like once I was, I could see like how with Destiny, when you're running to a mission, you still run into people, but once you get to that mission area, they kind of go away. Something like that. It's like while you're transitioning, you still can interact. I didn't feel like that. I just felt like Division was pretty closed off in a lot of aspects, but it could be just something that they're doing for the beta. I'm hoping that that's something they address, because you're making a MMO like game. You want to be as connected as possible, I think. You know what I mean? You want people to join up and group together and do things. That would make non-mission based stuff a lot more fun, because the Dark Zone is basically going to be the Wild Wild West. Let's be honest. People are going to go nuts in the Dark Zone and just do what the fuck ever and fuck each other over. Like, sure, you can band together with your friends and protect yourself somewhat, but Dark Zone to me isn't going to be a place where you're going to get as much cooperative play as you want to, unless they are going to put a lot more NPC enemies in there and make it so that you're less inclined to just become a straight up thug and run around fucking people up. So that's something I think they need to address. And damn, I took a long time talking about that, but that's my biggest concern about that. Is like, seriously, it needs to feel lived in, and that's, I think, one of the problems that may plague it if it still feels the way it did in the beta when the full release comes out. I mentioned it while I was talking about the feeling like the world being alive. The NPC things, encounters. You need to spawn more enemies. You need to run into more things to do. There should be tons of activities that you can turn on. Again, as little content as vanilla Destiny had, you still had stuff around populating the world, even if it were generic. I don't think that you want to be that generic with just, okay, click on the mission and be like, okay, kill these enemies and pick up this item, in this area type of thing. But you can definitely have different side missions just laying about in more abundance. We didn't have that many encounters in the beta, so I would like to see that a more variety of different things to do. Escort missions, perhaps. You have to escort a certain person to a certain location to take care of something, where you have to go pick up an item from this area and bring it back to a location. Things like that. I mean, there are different things they can do to keep a player engaged and keep, you know, give them the incentive to play, because just running around wasn't that great. It was like once you were done with the story in the main hub, it's like, okay, I'm just really running around looking for something to shoot, and occasionally you give me something to shoot, or I would get a mission here and there. And variety in the missions, definitely variety in the missions is something they need. Because the world, see, that's the thing, because the world's so big, you're running around. So if you're not going to have encounters that much, you're gonna have to come up with a better system other than just fast travel. I would say give people a means of transportation in the game. Fast travel is cool, but it's kind of bland to just like rely on crossing distance with fast travel. And fast travel really only works with things that you already recognize. So unless you're like, if you didn't go to the map and pull up all the like sites so you can fast travel to it, yeah, nah. Just the running. You know, I guess, I mean, it fits the world, but again, you had to put stuff that you run into while you're running, at least. I wouldn't mind running around if I was constantly having something draw my attention. So, other than that, I can't think of anything else, because again, we didn't get to see a lot of the other stuff that's in the game. We couldn't tell the depths of the customization. We couldn't tell the depths of the RPG elements, you know, the building of the base and all of that. There was a lot blocked off to us, so the rest we'll have to see once it released. But from what we saw, that right there is probably my biggest my biggest wants from the game. I definitely would like to see a more like fleshed out you know, lived in world, and that's the biggest thing. But we'll see. We got a couple of months, and again, this was a beta. Who knows what's going to go on? But with all that said, I want to know what you guys think. So hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak, Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.